Hey, what's up you guys? I'm Mel Madiba. Welcome back to my channel. On this channel we're all about art, creativity and life, and today we're joined by a very creative special guest. Her name is Sammie Spice, and yeah, without saying too much, I'm just gonna get right into the video, and yeah, let's head over to Washington DC.
Hey, I'm Sammie Spice here with your girl Mel, and I'm here to talk about music. I am a singer, songwriter, producer, all the way from Washington, D.C. So yeah, let's get it.
Thank you so much. Nice to finally meet you. Now, I found you because you were running an Instagram ad. Do you think Instagram ads work, and how often do you do them?
So I find that using Instagram ads, I actually only used it once before, and it was pretty cool. It actually brought me into a position to be talking to you now. It opens doors to be able to, meet new people, meet new supporters. I thought it was pretty great. I would recommend anyone who has a craft or a product or anything that they want the world to see, and they want to find out what audience they can target. I think it's a good idea. Yeah, I think Instagram ads are pretty cool. Now, if it's not for anything that's like specific, maybe not, but yeah, for artists, creatives, business owners, or someone who has a message that they feel they want to get out to the masses, I would recommend it.
I agree. I think Instagram ads are a great tool. Okay, so you recently released your latest EP called Quick Bites. Could you walk us through the process, about what it means, and what's your favorite song and why?
So yeah, I did an EP called Quick Bites recently that I dropped, and it's just simply some of my production. It's my first production tape ever, so I was a little bit worried about it. I was a little nervous because I've initially in my musical career, I've always been a singer-songwriter. Throughout my life, I've played different instruments and stuff, but to actually put it to the grain and like actually use electronic and synths and different things like that, electronic sound, it was very new for me. A lot of my supporters, they didn't know that was the route that I was going down. Unless you like really have been following me on Instagram and stuff, you know that, okay, she's been, diving into that creative bubble. But I wanted to share, especially during this time, during quarantine, I was just like, okay, I haven't put out some stuff in a while, and I want to share what I've been working on. And production and beat making has definitely been a safe haven for me recently. It's really been putting me in a space of just like feeling like a creative flow. And one thing that I would say about being creative is like never limit where your creativity takes you. So this was definitely me stepping outside of the box, really trying something new, and I'm really excited because it has opened my doors to grow even more in the production side, but also tying everything together. So yeah, I would say my favorite on there is Technicolor. Everybody's gravitating more so towards Phoenix Flight, but Technicolor was a track where it kind of put me at ease. So I created my own easement. Well, easement, maybe not easement, but I created my own safe haven bubble and my own piece. So, yeah, Technicolor was my favorite. But Dragon's Ball, it has its own feel. That's more like a dance. I was feeling like KHANYISA when I made it. I'm a big KHANYISA fan, so I heard certain sounds in my head, and I was like, yo, I have to bring that to life too. So, and Move is more so like a dance techno house type beat, and that made a difference to me too. I was definitely channeling, I'm not sure if you know Fireflies. It's a song called Firefly, but the video is basically lights just flickering, and when I made that beat and I came over with the solo of the synth, I thought about lights just flickering. And so I guess every song has a little, a little pocket in my heart. Technicolor is my ultimate favorite, but everything on Quick Bites is pretty cool. So let me know what y'all think. It's on all streaming platforms, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, whatever. Check it out and let me know what you think. Sammie Spice, okay? Yeah, I would love to hear what y'all think.
Congratulations on your very first production. I think that's really commendable. I really get what you mean by Technicolor being your favorite and being kind of like an easement, because for me, I also really like that song. I found Technicolor to be more of like a meditative song. Like, it's very like easy, and it also kind of feels psychedelic, which I love. So for me, it was very nostalgic. I think the EP in itself was a bit of a nostalgic experience for me. Like with Phoenix Flight, I kind of understand why a lot of people really love it, because it kind of feels like the kind of song that you could put in the background in a movie when somebody is like coming through or coming out of a hard time or something like that. I don't know, but that's what I imagined when I was listening to it. So and I also just think that the title of the song is very self-explanatory, and it kind of echoes what I felt when I listened to it. More kind of had me nostalgic again and very reminiscent of my past, because I listened to a lot of drum and bass like growing up, and I still do, but just not as much as I did before. So it had a few elements of that electronic drum and bass type of vibe, which I really loved as well. Dragon Ball for me was also very psychedelic. So yeah, I really enjoyed the EP, and for you guys watching at home, I hope that you will be able to give it a listen. It's in the description box and in all streaming platforms. So Sammie, how would you define creativity?
So like I was saying before, I feel like creativity is the opportunity to bring a life to something that may have never existed before on the physical plane. So something that in your mind had life, but giving it breath is creativity, because it's you putting something together that never existed on this plane. So that's what creativity means to me. And always being true to you, always being true to your sound, to your vision, yeah, that's what creativity means to me.
I really agree with you. I feel like creativity is the embodiment of God consciousness, which is kind of, I think, aligned with what you just said. So with that being said, being creative and knowing that that is what creativity is, then how do you define your own style, especially since you say that, creativity is being true to yourself, whatever yourself is at that time, right? And I think as human beings, we all evolve. So how would you define your personal style?
My style of music, I would say my style of music, a lot of people it's changed over the years. It's definitely evolved over the years. Initially when I first started making music, I was always kind of like singing other people's music because my dad, he was a musician. He always had music playing. He always had me in front of a mic or a piano just trying to get me fully acclimated with my creativity. So initially I would say very neo soul. I would say maybe, so my 5th grade year, when I got to middle school or primary school, I played the violin for 5 years. I played the snare drum. I played a little bit of the piano, and they always kind of like branched me around just having that melodic sound. I've always been in love with the melody. So now when I got more into creating my own sound and turning those poems into real songs and stuff like that, I started rapping initially in my music career. And a lot of people said I sounded like Lauryn Hill. And I was just like, okay, cool, I love her, I adore her, but I want my own sound. And that's where the creativity part came in, because I was just like, I cannot be what other people want me to be. I always wanted to shed light on myself, not an image of something else you want me to be or what you thought I should sound like. So that's when I started to branch off into singing more so the things that I felt. And I always felt like singing certain things and certain sounds just kind of draw something out of you. So I verged more into the neo soul, the, you know, that rough R&B sounds, because I feel like it definitely just rattles something in you. Not to say any other genre doesn't do the same, but that was one of my favorites. So I guess now you can say I've evolved into more of a neo soul artist. But I am Sammie Spice, so I switch it up all the time. I like to spice things up. So I don't like to put myself in a box. Right now, I'm feeling neo soulish though.
That's amazing. I'm really glad that you found your own voice, and I think it's great to have so many talents, to have the ability to play so many instruments and being in love with the melody and finding your own unique sound. So there are many mixed perceptions on what success is, and especially for people like you and I who are small creators. So what does success mean to you?
Success is just being able to reach the goals that I set for myself. I don't like to go off of, oh, if you have a, certain amount of money, or, if you, because money cannot buy happiness. Success is just one of those things where if I set a goal for myself and reaching that goal, like say, I finished this project, or, I did that part on the song that just needed a little more oomph, and I completed it, and I can hear that track over and over and over again in my own like piece, and like steady, my head's bopping, or I'm like in a total euphoric state. That's success for me with my music. And it's a plus to be able to have people that gravitate and they are in a euphoric state right along with me. That's where it's like, okay, it's a beauty in it. That's the beauty and success for me. But all in all, success is being able to reach the goals that I've set for myself and being totally elated with that.
I definitely agree with you. Creativity is very personal, but we also live in a world that has systems. Okay, so what problems do you have with the industry right now, and what solutions could you possibly have for the industry that you're in?
So the music industry, I haven't been into the high stream of music industry work. I'm not too familiar with everything, but I do know from the levels of the industry that I have been placed in, the one thing that I can say is there's a lot of creating replicas or creating molds for artists to be placed in order for their music to be sold or to reach certain heights. I think it's a little discouraging if you are artists who aren't true to yourself no matter what the outcome. And it can be a little misleading just due to the actual business aspect of it all. You know, the glitz and glam does not equate to success, as I said before. So I guess my thing with the industry is being real, being a little more real, and being a little more transparent. I believe the industry can use a lot more transparency in order for other artists to feel loved and appreciated in it. But not to say that the industry is like just a complete train wreck, because you do have people that are doing really well in the industry who have learned how to navigate and who are true to themselves. So it is something that comes with the territory, and they can still succeed. So it's not terrible. It's just something worth navigating and figuring out. But you know, before actually setting foot into it, it's not something that's for the weak-hearted, I would say, for the most part.
I definitely agree with you. There is definitely a lot of, you know, redundancy, creating replicas, a lot of plagiarism, and a lot of watering down of creativity. I mean, there are people that are, you know, mastering the art of surviving in the music industry and in the creative industry, but I guess we have to work together to be the light and make the industry a lot more enjoyable and a lot more transparent, like you said. But speaking of working together, what has been your favorite collaboration and why?
So my favorite collaboration so far in my music career, has been so many people that I've worked with over my time. And so my last collaboration was with a good friend of mine named Jashid. We did a single called Betsarin, and it was pretty cool. We did like a nice back and forth of a man and a woman, kind of like in the first stages of courting and learning how to, you know, end it or end all of the games surrounding it, rather. And it was really fun. He had a killer verse on there, and it's really like a nice dance track, summer cookout feel. I would say I really love that track a lot because the imagery is pretty cool. And so if you guys want to check it out, it's on all streaming platforms as well as Quick Bites, and it is called Betsarin. So go ahead and check that out for sure.
Alright guys, so please check that out. It's in the description box. Yeah, Sammie, so what are your plans for the future?
Plans for the future? I am so excited. I have a few different projects that I am working on, some with a few different collaborators and my team, the State Group, and also I have a few projects that I'm working on by myself in the house, just doing all of the production, doing all of those different things. So I'm really excited to share those things and travel and meet new people just based on the creativity that I've been cooking up in here. I'm really excited about that, so look out for it. One of my projects is called The Asterisk. The other two, I don't have names for them yet. I am balancing between a couple different names and going through the logistics of getting them finalized and all that stuff. So just look out for those. They're coming for sure, and I'm really excited about it.
Awesome. We can't wait to hear and see all your brand new projects. Yeah, I'm very excited to see, and I can't wait for all of this to be over so we can all travel and meet each other. But one last question, and that is, what would you change about your journey, your creative journey, if you could?
If I could change anything about my creative process, I guess I would say not having as much writer's block. Initially, I had a lot of writer's block. I've just started to get into a space where I'm not as creatively impaired anymore. But at the same time, I don't think that I regret it, you know, because I feel like when I took that time to not be writing as much, it then in turn put me into a space of actually creating the production. So, you know, in the time I was just like, oh, I'm over it, ripping my hair out, you know, going crazy about it. But now I look back on it and I'm like, I wouldn't change the process at all. It definitely helped me prioritize and organize everything, and then it put me in a place of realizing like all I need to do is put all the pieces together because I have everything within me that I need. So though the you know, the dark times were like, oh my God, I wish it wasn't happening, it definitely put me in a space of realizing like everything happens in its course, you know, and God is one awesome God for sure.
That is so true. We really do have everything that we need within. I'm so thankful and grateful for you taking the time out to talk to us, and hopefully we will talk to you again when you have your brand new projects out.
So, all right, guys, thank you so much for having me, Mel. I'm so excited to continue creating and sharing with you all. If you guys, again, check out Quick Bites or Betsarin that's out right now, just hit me up and let me know what y'all think. I'm so excited to continue to create and hopefully meet you guys in person and perform and just dwell in all the love of my supporters. Thank you so much again, Mel.
So we had a little bit of a technical glitch right there when Sammie was signing out, but thank you so much guys for watching this video. Let me know what you thought about it. Obviously, you know, it had to happen the way it did, but I really like this quarantine way of doing things because we get to connect with a whole lot of people across the globe. But if you are in South Africa and you would like to meet up after lockdown, you know, yeah, I'd be very open to it. I really want to have a whole lot of creatives on this channel, and I want this to be a safe space for all of us to like actually grow and share everybody's talents, because I mean, it is my channel, but it's not all about me, it's about you guys watching. So thank you so much for watching. See you guys on the next video. I will be doing my monthly review, telling you about how my May has been, so please watch that. And yeah, have a beautiful day.
Games off with you, games off with you, games off with you, games off with you, games off with you.